An ingenious innovation wins battles and other episodes. With regard to my origins, I am, at best, a small town boy. My childhood was associated with three places: Salur, Veeraghattam, and Kunta. Kunta is a small, sleepy village, the southernmost village in Bastar district of the then Madhya Pradesh. It is now in the Marxist occupied Sukma district of Chhattisgarh, on the banks of the Silero River. I spent my early childhood here. Until 1957, I frequented it annually during the summer holidays. I did my early education from 1948 to 1951 in the small town of Veeraghattam, Srikakulam district. Later, I was shifted to my maternal grandparents' house in Salur, Srikakulam district, where I continued my education up to class 11, SSLC, 1951 to 1957. These years in Salur were particularly eventful and pivotal in my development. I consistently topped my class, driven by a passion of knowledge and a determination to excel. Beyond academics, I was very active in extracurricular activities: Scouts, ACC, dramatics, debates, member of the Raman Science Club. I was a very active member and won numerous prizes for my school contributions and achievements, including at district level. At this point, I find it necessary to pause and pay tribute to two remarkable individuals who, through their tireless efforts, breathed life into the quiet, indifferent town of Salur. The first of these was my science teacher, Sri Chada Sambasivarao, a man of the old school. He embodied the best of the Guru Shishya Parampara, a tradition where teaching was not just the transfer of knowledge, but the shaping of character. Sri Rao went beyond the standard teachings of a teacher. He was a man driven by a deep sense of responsibility, not only to impart scientific knowledge, but also to instill discipline and moral values by leading through example. The ACC, a cornerstone of the school's activities, was largely his domain, and he ran it with the precision of a commander. Many overnight camps, functions were conducted with his active participation. He founded the Raman Science Club, organizing workshops, live demonstrations, and producing a handwritten monthly magazine that encouraged the students to cultivate a scientific mindset, something almost unheard of in those times. But perhaps what made him legendary among students was his unique approach to discipline. Late-night cinema shows were a style and temptation for many, and Mr. Rao made it his mission to ensure that no student succumbed. He would discreetly visit the theatres during these shows, catching students who had strayed. The fear of being found out kept many away from the distractions of the cinema and forced them to focus on their studies. Some of these students were really built big, physically intimidating, like the character Moose from Archie's comics. But under Rao's strict yet caring watch, they managed to surprise themselves. Many, despite their doubts, cleared their exams, achieving far more than they were expected. Looking back from today's digital age, what we accomplished seems nothing short of extraordinary. I knew many of the students who got a new lease of life due to his guidance and coaching. While I was not a direct beneficiary of his guidance and coaching, I feel I got much more than that. I was inspired and enthused by his moral conduct. Sadly, my persistent efforts to set up a memorial for him in the form of a scholarship has not borne fruit. The second person was Sri Vinjamuri Kamlakar Rao, a veterinary government doctor posted in Salur. He started and actively sustained the Scout movement in Salur, which undoubtedly contributed to the enlightenment of the youth. He arranged for our active participation at the district level competitions and won prizes. It enabled the Salur team to participate in state level Jamburi at Guntur. After I left Salur, I learnt the unpalatable sad news that after the departure of these two inspirational men, such community activities dried up, and Salur soon returned to its original dull existence. Indeed, at that time, I was unaware of how much of an inspiration these two men were to me. I was just a fresh teenager. In retrospect, I realized that they played a key role in inspiring me to act beyond the call of duty. Society members and teachers in particular profoundly shape one's values and attitude. The need for good teachers and schools needs to be emphasized now more than ever in the face of gradually eroding educational standards, skills, and values, and the increasing competition for better skills, knowledge, and values in both the local and global environment. I did my pre-university course, PUC, at the Government Arts College, Rajahmundry. Ours was the first PUC batch, 1958, under the education reforms which started and continuing. Then I studied engineering from the Government College of Engineering, Kakinada, popularly known as ECK. Ours was the first 5-year batch, 1958 to 1963. My studying engineering was providential. At that time, I was underage. There happened to be a son of a VIP who was about 2 weeks younger than me and was seeking admission. I too was permitted to join along with the VIP's son. As things turned out, the VIP's son soon got a seat perhaps in the IIT Madras and left the college. I continued my studies in ECK, ignorant of these developments. I was above average in college and very active in extracurricular activities. I captained the basketball team, was the senior-most under-officer in the NCC Kakinada Circle, and commanded 12 battalions in the Republic Day Parade at Kakinada and actively participated in NCC camps. I took active part in college functions like debates, dramatics, and cultural activities.